recipe. You'll never roll. This is a great and easy flourless chocolate cake that we're going to be making today. It's actually more like a torta. If you just want to show them quickly what it looks like, I made one already. It kind of got a little discombobulated there in the travels here, but the flavor's there, the cocoa powder. It's such an amazing dish. My kids have been eating it since they were young. And I actually wanted to show you, the recipe is actually Giada De Laurentiis's. Look how old this book is. It's ripped, the pages are all warped. And when I went to refresh my memory today about this, because I honestly know this recipe by heart, it opens up to the page. It's been used that much. It's folded, it's written on, it's stained, but that's what cookbooks are for. And that just goes to show you, how many times we made this. So this is actually the recipe here, and this is what the cake looks like. So it's actually just 6 ingredients on here, nice and simple. But one of the other reasons why this book is one of my very, very favorites. I love her. This was her first cookbook that ever came out. I want to say it was almost like 11 years ago, or maybe more, I'm not sure. But when I opened this today, it just really brought tears to my eyes because my son, knowing, how much I loved her and how much I watched her and everything, this was a Valentine's gift from him. So I found his little note in here today. And I mean, I look back and he was like, I think 9 or 10 years old when he bought this for me. This is the actual receipt that he bought it off of. And it says, "To my love."
Oh.
Isn't he funny? I don't know if he feels that way today. But he says, "To my Valentine, Mom and Tom, love your boy." So I'm going to make this today, and I'm going to give him the extra cake that we have, and just maybe remind him that, because it is coming up Valentine's Day, and he'll always be my #1 Valentine. He's actually born then too, so he's very special to me.
The golden child.
He's what?
The golden child.
He's my only son. Everybody knows moms and sons. So, okay. So the other thing I wanted to show you is that what we're actually using as the base of this cake today is called an amoretti cookie. And these are little tiny baby ones. They're so light, you can almost see through them. Look at these cookies. I love them. Like if you just want to eat them with coffee, they're almost like hollow. They're so light. So we're going to put them in a food processor, and we're going to, grind them up. But if you cannot find these, because these is almost like in a specialty store, and I have to give a shout out to Sydney because she actually gave these to me for Christmas. And I said, you know what? I love them, and I'm going to use them today. So amoretti cookies. If you can't find these, you can use like the Biscoff cookies that are pretty much in every store. And you don't need that much. You just need a cup of them, so that'll be the same. Tracker, would you like to try this amoretti cookie? You want to try that? Let's see if he likes to try it. Oh, look how gentle he took it. He's got his pretty green scarf on to match me today. I can't imagine when I have grandkids one day. I'm going to be buying them everything. Okay, so we're going to get started, and the first thing I did was I sprayed a 9-inch springform pan. This is also what we use for cheesecake, so I just sprayed it in there so it's ready to go. And then I have all the ingredients here. I have a stick of butter, 4 eggs. I'm following along here, so I have 3/4 cup of chocolate chips. These are just like the Nestle ones, that you use in cookies. Now this was almonds. This was 3/4 cups of almonds, and I put them in this food processor and ground them up because this is going to be the base of the cake along with that. And then we have 2/3 cup of sugar. And then we're going to put it all together, and it's going to be amazing. All right, so I have this done, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the chips in here. We need to melt these down because this is how we get that great chocolate flavor. And we can put them in the microwave. We're going to put them in for 30 seconds and then check them. I'm figuring it's that.
Yep.
And I'm wrong? Oh,
nope.
no, I got it. Good. Okay, so while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grind up the rest of these cookies now so we can combine them with the almonds. Let me know when that these. And now I just brought my mini food processor because I'm doing these slowly. So if you wanted a big one, you could do everything all at one time. These will kind of cook up grind up really fast because, like I said, they're really hollow. So let's check this and see if it's, you should always, like stop, hasn't even begun, just a tiny bit. So we're gonna put them in for another 30 seconds. And we do that because we wanna check them and stir them. Okay, so we have this. I'm just gonna give it one more little whirl here. We want it to come out like flour. All right, and I'm gonna add those right to the almonds here. This is good if you don't like that high gluten flour. This has these are made with the wheat flour, so they are a little bit better than the flours the all-purpose flour. How's that looking? Okay,
Softer.
they're starting to melt.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna give them like a little bit of a twirl there, not much, and then we'll do them again. There we go. Okay. So in this, now while we're waiting for that to melt down, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put my butter in here. So it's a complete stick of butter, and I always use unsalted butter. I learned that a long time ago. Not only did my mom never use salted butter, but I learned it when I went to culinary. We just never use salted butter. And another little trick I learned a long time ago from my mom, if you, say I didn't use cooking spray on this, I could actually butter this pan with this. You just, move it around in there. So it's one way to just use the butter off of here. If you don't want to use it now, you can fold this and put it back in your refrigerator, and you can butter a pan with it at another time. Just a little tidbit of information there for you. These are melting. I think maybe just 30 more seconds because they're not all the way. Some of them are still a little bit solid. See, you're participating today. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the butter started. It is room temperature. This is the same as mine, right? Yes. We had a baking class at the restaurant, and everybody went crazy over Abby's KitchenAid. They love the color. It works really well. Okay, and now I'm going to pour in the sugar. That was 2/3 cup. And you want that to cream in there, and when you cream something together, you want it to be light and airy. And so we have that going. Now, if your butter is not room temperature, it won't work. These are perfect. They're thin, they're all melted, they're very glossy. Perfect. All right, so our butter is creaming in here. Getting nice and light and like a white color. Can you smell it?
Yeah.
Every time I smell it, it reminds me of like Christmas cookies. Okay, now I'm gonna turn this down a little bit, and I'm gonna add the eggs one at a time. And I know for me, I just automatically want to hit it and put it in. I'm gonna do it the right way because I don't want shells in there. So I'm gonna empty them into this like I'm supposed to, and do one egg at a time. All right, we're gonna do the next one. This way, no shells. Hooray. Now the batter is looking like a little bit loose, but as soon as we put this in, it's gonna tighten right up. Okay, so we're just gonna let that go for a minute. Mix that all up. I'm going to stop it here, and I'm going to try to get some of that butter off the sides here and off here, because it gets stuck up on the sides and on the bottom. That's one of the things I find about a KitchenAid is like way down on that bottom, things don't get mixed all the way, and even like in this top part, there's some chunky butter sometimes. So we're going to get that going again. Okay, and also while that's going, I'm just going to finish grinding these cookies. And then we should be able to put them together. Okay, wonderful. I feel like I put the blade back. Okay, those are crumbs. We can use those. And there we go. No, there we don't go. think I'm dirty. There we go. So we're grinding these up, pulsing them. I actually got tired of looking for something to eat. Done. Okay. Careful with the blade, and we're just going to add those back in. Now I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to mix up the almonds and the cookie mix together. See guys, no salt, no baking powder, no baking soda. I'm going to turn this down when I add it, because we don't want them to go flying out all over. I promise you, this is going to be one of your favorite cakes.
Oh, it's one of mine.
I think that I made it for a wine tasting, didn't I?
Probably.
And Barb loved it so much that I gave her the recipe and she made it. Barbara Burnham, if you're listening. Okay, so this is mixing up. We don't want to do it too high now because, you know, everything's all incorporated in there. And I'm going to turn it down. And I'm going to go around the sides again. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and while the mixer is running, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put this chocolate in. This turned out to be the perfect bowl, Abs, because it's got a spout.
You're welcome.
I need to have a housewarming or a bridal shower all over. My stuff is so old. I've been slowly buying new stuff and bring old stuff to the restaurant and just kind of switching it out.
I stole these from Annie.
Uh-oh. Don't tell her. Good Lord. Oh my gosh, this chocolate is incredible. Okay, I'm going to stop a second. And I'm going to just kind of scrape out the rest of this. There we go. And now, since I made one already, we're going to have another one. So we're going to have 2 of these. So we're probably going to be giving them out tonight at the restaurant. Put that in the sink. We're going to wipe this up. Over here, we made a little bit of a mess. I like to clean as I go. All right, guys. We are done. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to bring this over. This one's just a little bit too small. Clean that out with. We're going to use the big one. And this is what I was talking about. Like, to me, it just, either there is a better KitchenAid, whisk out there, or I'm just doing it wrong. But I just feel so much stuff gets caught in this top part. It drives me nuts. Don't you just want to lick these beaters?
Always.
I know. When they were little, I have 3 children. They would all want, one would want the beater, one would want the spatula, and one would want the bowl. And I would have to make sure they all got it even. Yes, I was one of those moms. I was one of those moms that gave my kids the cookie dough, the cake batter, and it's going to go right in here. All right, we're just going to get that all out. Do you want me to leave you some in there?
Yes.
And spread it out. See that? That's for me. Use the bowl like the whisk. Oh, spatula. Okay, so this is done. It's going to go in a 300, what does Jada have this at? 350 degrees for 35 minutes. And I actually did set a timer today. I'm terrible at setting a timer. And I'm glad I did because I got busy doing something else and I heard it and I had to run down the hallway and take the cake out. So this is done. It goes in your oven for 35 minutes. It'll be done when it like puffs up a little bit and you just put a toothpick in it and it comes out clean. And I've got a piece for Abby and I to try already.
Yay.
I couldn't wait. So I want you to take a look at this cake. The top is crusty. It's got cocoa powder. The inside almost looks like a brownie, but it's a tiny bit more dense. If you want, and this is, if you wanted to put, this is why I said get cocoa powder on there. Just put it in and just tap it around. and it makes your cake nice and pretty. Adds a little bit more of a cocoa flavor, or if you even want, you can take some homemade whip, and you can put that on the top of it also. How's that?
It's good.
Doesn't it? Now you can dig in.
Yay. This is one of my favorites.
I know. Isn't it good?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I'm telling you, you're going to love this. It is, I mean, look, it's 2:15 and we got done mixing it. It takes 35 minutes in the oven. It didn't even take long to cool. If you really couldn't wait and you were that crazy about it, you could eat it a little bit warm like a brownie.
Yeah, it's nice and light.
This cake is amazing.
I love it. Thank you for making it.
Everybody's going to be eating it tonight and loving it. So we have another whole one to bake. Isn't it great? All right, guys, I hope you have a great weekend. Remember this dish for Valentine's Day. You know, it's wonderful to serve. You can actually I put strawberries on the top of it, and that's really good. Different kinds of fresh fruit. You know, like I said, whip. You can use it with ice cream. And I have the recipe on my Facebook page. But like I said, if you didn't have it, you can get this book, and it'll after a while your cookbook will open right up to the page because I've used it so much. So, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Say goodbye to Tracker. No cake for you, bub. No cake.